Alright guys, we're gonna do this video a bit different today. I'm gonna be doing voiceovers.
Hi guys, it's my first time using voiceovers on this video today. I'm going to be playing Subnuatica today. Now I have beaten the game before, but I thought it'd be nice because I really like playing Subnuatica and it's one of my favourite games. So I thought it'd be nice if I could play it on the channel and let you guys experience it with me as well. If you haven't played Subnuatica before, you could watch this video to have a look at it and see if you'd like to buy it. This will be a multiple part series, so on my channel in the playlist there'll be a Subnuatica playlist. If you go to that, you'll find all the other videos to watch, and then you'll be able to see the full game. I'm going to be releasing them over a long time though, so it'll probably be over maybe like a week or two, the entire series, maybe even a month if I'm lazy. Also, Potato and his friends are going to be right next to me when I'm doing a lot of these voiceovers through the video, so if you hear stuff in the background, that's most likely them. We're going to start playing now, and we're going to be able to control the character now. And so we're in the live pod right now. I think I'm going to do like a commentary over what's happening. I've been like, that would be nice. And yeah, we're just going to play through, you know, tell you a few tips about the game if I think of any, and just have a good time together, I guess. I'm going to probably talk about some beginner mistakes that you might make when you're first starting to play Subnuatica. So that'll be useful if you think about buying the game. And also I'll probably like do a tier list of my favourite creatures in the game, maybe. I might do like a quick video right after I release this. I might do another video where I'm doing like, you know, base build and tips and tips on good progression, all that stuff, and just like maybe Subnautica lore as well. If you'd like to see that, just like tell me in comments. Also, if you make it to the end, I'm gonna probably show you a video of Potato's friends, because he's not the only one in there. There's two more guinea pigs that I've got as well. They're named Peanut and Taco. Also, if you're wondering what the guy in the top corner is, that's who you play as, because a lot of streamers have their face in the top corner, but I'm not doing a face reveal yet. So I just whipped up that in like 5 minutes. One thing I've never understood why people who are first starting Subnautica do is they'll go straight out the life pod and instantly just fill up their inventory with acid mushrooms, and then I don't know what they do after that with them, but I just don't get it. Just don't do that. Grab like 5 of them, and then you're going to want to go around searching for limestone outcrops to grab titanium and copper from them. Also, don't go in any caves like I am now unless you have a knife, because a thing that I would always recommend is going into them caves with a knife, because if a crash fish comes out at you, you can literally just hit it with your knife and it will die, and then you don't have to deal with the explosion and you can get your cave sulfur. And if you manage to hit it before it actually leaves the thing, it'll be really easy to get sulfur. And on my other world, I managed to get loads of sulfur by doing it. And I've got some good resource gathering clips here. Like, I never get this lucky with gathering like limestone outcrops in the early game. But yeah, if you see this massive coral tube that I'm at now, you need to loot it because it's just stacked for like early game players. Tons of copper and tons of titanium. Also, I think that the world is entirely pre-generated, apart from like where your life spot spawns in the safe shallows. There's 2 different spots. So what you see in this video will most likely be what your world is, if I'm right. A good tip is to always grab these bladderfish that I'm holding right now as well, because if you eat them, you actually get 15 oxygen. So if you're a new player and don't have a sea glide, sea moth, good oxygen tank, I'd recommend grabbing a bunch of them if you're going into deep caves. Obviously with your knife to get rid of crash fish. It's also important that like when you're going out to grab resources, you really don't want to have a cluttered inventory like I've got here, Like I've got loads of acid mushrooms and stuff, which isn't a big problem if you're like collecting right near your base. But if you're going out on expeditions, you want to have as little stuff as possible in your inventory. Like, only bring what you need, like a scanner tool, sea glide, flashlight, knife. And just only bring stuff you need. If you've got like a vehicle, definitely bring a repair tool and a few batteries as well, because you're going to need to recharge your tools. Also, what a lot of people tend to do is, near the very start of the game, they'll go for the habitat builder, but I'd only recommend getting that once you're like exploring mushroom forest or maybe grassy plateaus, because it's just not worth the resources when you're like a couple hundred meters away from your life pod.
New blueprint acquired.
I'd recommend getting oxygen tanks very early on as well, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of people leave them until like 20 minutes into a playthrough, which is just not good. And if you get them earlier, you'll make progress so much quicker and you'll be able to explore so much faster. You can probably also see how in the top corner I've got these recipes for different tools in the top right, and that's you can pin tools from the fabricator and any like the modification station, vehicle upgrade station and all that. And you can also do it from the blueprints tab in your PDA, and in the blueprints tab you can also see blueprints that you haven't unlocked that like you're currently discovering. I'm not fully sure how it works, and then it also shows the blueprints you've unlocked, so you can pin them from there as well. I'm going to be trying to get some of the basic tools now, so you can just watch me get the resources for them. Also, if the PDA says oxygen like it just said then, if you don't have a good oxygen tank or like anything really, I'd recommend getting up to the surface so you get oxygen. And just make sure that you don't run out of oxygen, because then you will die instantly. It's not where you lose health over time. And now I'm just gonna grind for them tools, and I'll see you when I'm done.
New blueprint acquired.
You don't actually need to scan plants, because if you're only going for the story of the game, they're useless. Like, if you're doing the story, just scan blueprints for tools, because that's all you're going to need for the gameplay. Like, scanning plants does not affect the gameplay at all, and you don't need it to beat the game. Also, just a cool little thing that I noticed is that every time you leave your life pod, a rabbit ray and 2 hoop fish will spawn right underneath it, so you can eat the hoop fish. So if you're like really desperate for food really quick, leave your life pod through the bottom, grab the hoop fish, then go back in and cook them. You can see there that the crash fish did explode, but because I killed it with my knife, the explosion doesn't damage you. When you're in the caves, make sure to look out for crash fish, because they have a specific sound that plays whenever they see you and start to break out of their sulfur deposit. And when that sound plays, they're guaranteed to leave unless you move very quick. When you're in the caves, I'd recommend getting a sea glide if you're going exploring in deeper caves, because if a crash fish comes after you, then you can either swim away from it or swim directly towards it, and it won't have enough time to turn around. Anyway, I think that's enough tips for now, so I'm just going to start playing and like commenting on what I'm actually doing, and I'll give you some more tips later for beginners and a few more common mistakes. Today I think I'm gonna try and get a sea glide for the first episode. If I can't do that, I'll just try and get a couple tools, and then in the next episode we'll continue off where we left off at the end of this one. But this is going to be probably around like maybe a half an hour to a 40-minute video. Yeah, I think I'm going to get the high capacity O2 tank. It shouldn't be too expensive because you can actually find silver in the safe shallows if you look in the cave. So I don't know if you can find sandstone outcrops. There isn't many, but you can still get them. So I'm going to go have a look for them now.
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules.
Also, I'd recommend curing fish, not cooking them, because when you cook them, I think a lot of the time you actually lose thirst. So unless you've got salt and coral tubes nearby, I'd recommend purifying them, or curing them, whatever it is. I think the goal of the episode today, I think it'll just to be get the sea glide, really, because that's like, it's a really important tool, and it'll help you get around quicker, escape crash fish. And once you get a sea glide, I'd recommend going to the grassy plateaus. Also get a good oxygen tank as well. But once you got a good oxygen tank and a sea glide, go to grassy plateaus and start searching for sea moth fragments. I think that's what I'm probably going to do today. I'm probably going to start searching for sea glide fragments now. You only need to find 2 of them, and I'm pretty sure you can find 2 of them at Life Pod 3 in the kelp forest. So I'm going to go there in a minute. I'm going to have a look for it. That guy was so easy to kill. He was literally facing away from me. Like, he could at least try to protect his nest. I'm going to start searching for sea glide fragments now. Hopefully I find them, because one time on a playthrough it took me 2 hours to find one. That was brutal. It was 2 hours of straight just swimming and literally just searching for one fragment. It was horrible.
if you see like a bunch of metal like I'm seeing now, and like a few boxes, always go and check them out once you've got a scanner tool, because you can find fragments there. In the safe shallows, there won't be too many things there, and a lot of the boxes will be useless, but just make sure to check them out. Also, if you go near a gasopod like that, they won't attack you, but they will release them jelly cluster thingies, so I'd recommend not going near them. So, if I'm right, the third life pod should be in one of the 3 or 4 kelp forest biomes, and it should have like 1 to 3 sea glide fragments, so if I'm lucky it should have at least 2. If I'm unlucky, I'm going to have to like try and find another one. I've got no idea where to find them from. I literally haven't started a new playthrough in like weeks. Also, guys, just don't eat hoverfish. They're too good to eat. They're just amazing. Like, if you don't like hoverfish, you're just kind of weird, to be honest. I'm not sure which kelp forest the third life pod's in, but when I find it, I'll just hope that there's 3 sea glide fragments there. We're at the third. Wait, why is it like black choosing white? So we're at the third life pod now. Make sure to grab all the stuff inside of it. Because if you open a data box, you should get the compass fragment. Alright, we've got 1 seek. Please be another. There's only 1. Great. Oh, we're gonna have to spend ages searching for another one now.
Distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
This video might only be like 20 minutes long if I don't find a sea glide fragment, but if I do, it'll probably be like half an hour to 40 minutes, because like I really don't want to just show you guys like half an hour of me just swimming around, because that'll get really boring. And yeah, I want to bring good content to you. If I do end up swimming around for ages, I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible, but it is going to be hard because it is just me swimming around. I honestly have no idea where the other sea glide fragment spawns. On my other playthrough, there was like 3 there, so I did not have to worry about searching around for them.
30 seconds. Seek fluid intake.
Alright, I think we're gonna end off the first episode here. It's been fun playing a video, and I think I'm gonna do more videos with voiceovers in the future, especially for... I'm gonna be showing you Potato's friends now, because I did tell you I was gonna show you them at the end of the video, but so there's Peanut in there, little grey, yeah, little chubby guy. He's quite scared. Him and Taco are not very brave right now, but Potato is fine. I'll put his house, the roof back on his house now. And then Taco it's funny because he always hides like with Potato down here. That's Taco there in the back. Shut the button. Here he is. He's a lot more brave, but still a bit of a scaredy boy. So he is hiding there. And I'll show you his Potato for a sec as well. There's the big man himself, Potato. He loves this. I don't know why.